I didn't make this video for views or clicks or an algorithm. I didn't even make it for my viewers, although I still try to make it enjoyable. I made this video because I desperately needed to apply some of my own advice. I made this video for me.
Well, good morning, welcome to another video. I hope you can hear me over the noise of the river. We had a lot of rain last night, so the river is raging this morning, which is a very good thing because I am headed towards a waterfall. Anyway, the plan today is to apply my own advice. I'm come out obviously to a woodland, and this is an area that I scouted out a few months ago, back in early summer I think it was, and I said I wanted to come back here in autumn because there's a beautiful waterfall here and the leaves are looking gorgeous today. They're just turned to that lovely golden colour. I think we're in peak autumn now. The leaves are all still here, they've not been blown away, but they look absolutely wonderful. So I'm expecting some good things from today.
I've had quite a break from photography, over 3 weeks without serious planning or commitment, and this had really hit my motivation. I'd been feeling like I'd lost the enjoyment of photography, and I had no idea why. Today, I was determined to fix that.
So as you can probably hear, this waterfall is absolutely raging today. We had loads of rain last night, which means that it's coming over really quick. I really hope you can hear me over the sound of it. When I was here a few months ago, there was hardly any water in the river because we'd had a really long dry spell. So I was waiting for a good spell of rain. We've had rain all week this week, and it's worked out perfect. The trees are a beautiful colour, and we've got a lot of flow in the river, which means there's a lot of atmosphere. The mist that's being kicked up by the waterfall itself has created atmosphere. There's no mist in the air today except for around by this waterfall where it's landed, which is creating a lovely bit of separation with the trees and the rock face behind. And I'm applying some of my own advice today as well. Look at these colours. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, so good to be back out. Now, when I talk about applying my own advice, I don't mean just in a technical sense today. Like, for example, using a polarizer in woodland photography. I talked about that in a video a few weeks ago as we were approaching autumn. Using a polarizer is really important in woodland photography, and I've been doing that today. But what I mean about applying my own advice is concentrating on the enjoyment of photography more than anything else. I'll be completely honest, I was quite intimidated about coming out to do a video this morning. I've had a bit of a hiatus from doing YouTube, in the sense that I've done YouTube videos, but they've not been about photography so much the last few weeks because I've been on holiday. And then last week I was so ill. I won't go into detail, but I had the worst food poisoning of my life. So all of a sudden I'm thrown back into thinking about videos for YouTube, thinking about doing photography, making the most of autumn. And it all just felt a bit overwhelming coming out to do photography. When I feel like that, what I concentrate on then is just getting out and doing it. Just commit to going out somewhere with my camera and just seeing what happens. So I actually came out here without really a plan of what I was going to talk about today. I knew I was going to talk about the pictures I took, but without some sort of specific lesson that I had in mind. And I think that's really important when you're having a bit of a lull in your photography. This is my favourite time of year for photography, so I want to make the most of it. But when you feel like it's a real challenge to go out and do photography, going back to your foundations is really important. And as you know, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, the foundation of this channel is making photography affordable and, most importantly, making photography enjoyable. So that's what I'm committing to today. Is to make today about the enjoyment of photography, and I'm so glad I did because it is absolutely gorgeous here. Man, the colours that are around today, I know I'm going on about it, but they are really just unbelievable. We are in peak autumn in the UK now, There's a very small window of opportunity in the UK when it comes to autumn photography generally, because there's a period of time where the colours are at their peak, which is starting now. They are really just popping at the moment. Before we get lots of storms, we get so many weather systems off the Atlantic Ocean in the UK that probably in about 4 weeks' time, all the leaves will just be blown away if we get our usual amount of storms that we get in November. Sometimes we hit jackpot and the storms come a bit later. Feels like that's happening this year. We had a lot of rain, but not so much wind, which is really good for autumn. Wet leaves look great, but wind really ruins it. But it's so still today. I think I've just managed to catch a perfect time to come and do some woodland photography. And that's part of the reason I want to make sure that I really enjoy it and make today about finding that enjoyment in photography again, because when you're concentrating on other stuff like videos, it can rob you of your sense of joy that you get and the sense of satisfaction you get from getting really good pictures. Not always that, and I don't want it to come across that I don't enjoy making these videos. I absolutely love it. I've loved doing YouTube over this last year. I feel like it's completely changed my life in a good way. But I don't want it to rob me of my joy in photography as well. So sometimes it is good just to get out and not have a plan. Not have something that specifically I want to talk about. Just make it sort of like a vlog about my pictures of that day. If there's a lesson to be taught along the way, then that's great. So I might do some of these videos every once in a while. Of course, I enjoy teaching people about photography as well. And in fact, I am actually going to film another video after I've finished my walk today. I'm going to do another sort of bonus tutorial video to replace the video I missed a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. That's going to be all about exposure, and something that I've been trying to put into practice, about getting your exposure right using a special feature on your camera. That'll be released in the middle of the week, next week hopefully. That's one of the things I've enjoyed most about YouTube, is talking about enjoying photography with you guys at home. I get so many comments from people telling me that they appreciate the fact that I put the enjoyment of photography first. So I want to make sure that I don't lose sight of that. And I hope that comes across in my videos, that I'm enjoying myself. I feel like it makes much better videos if I enjoy myself as well. And if nothing else, it'll show you the reality of what you might be facing as well if you're having a bit of a struggle with photography sometimes. Anyway, let's see what else we can find. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The colours here are absolutely gorgeous. You got this lovely bridleway that's covered in rocks and leaves that have all fallen off the trees. You've still got lots of green moss on the trees, and there's loads of colour in the leaves in the canopy. There's so much contrast of colour and depth here that this is exactly what I was searching for today. Just a beautiful woodland scene. The only thing it needs is a little bit of mist. That would just be the icing on the cake, but you can't have everything. This is just so much what I wanted today. A beautiful woodland scene that I could capture and really just find that enjoyment in photography. And I'm also applying my own advice by using a polarizing filter as well, the K&F polarizing filter. As an early review, I'm really quite pleased with it. It makes some really sharp images and it polarizes really well. I'll do a full review in another video like I've been promising for a while, but today's a really good opportunity for testing it out. Because the leaves are wet here, there's a lot of reflection off them from the light, so using a polarizer really makes a difference, really makes those colors pop, which is what you really want in woodland photography. So yeah, I'm just so happy that I've been able to capture these photos today. Right, I think we're gonna call it a day there. I've got some really nice photos that I'm really happy with. I've enjoyed myself. The sun's really high up in the sky now, so the best of the light's gone. And I've accomplished what I set out to do, and that's to enjoy a morning of photography. Thank you for coming along with me. Sorry if it's not been up to my usual standard, but sometimes you're going to produce a video that isn't quite up to scratch. That's just inevitable. You can't do really well every time. So thank you for sticking with me. I do really genuinely appreciate all my subscribers. I don't think that just because I've had a big uprising of subscribers that I haven't forgotten about my roots and what's important to me. If you're not already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you did, because I'm kind of hopeful I'll get to 10,000 by January. I'm not going to base anything on that, but it's kind of, that would be really good. That would be 10 times my goal, which is unbelievable. A lot of YouTubers, when I was starting out, say all you need to do is start on your phone to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't really see any examples of that. But if I get to 10,000 subscribers by January, then unbelievably I will be a living example of somebody who started a YouTube channel with their phone, which I'm filming on now, and managed to do it. I'm monetized now, which I didn't think I would ever be able to do, which means that I'm getting a little bit of money for doing these videos now, which makes it so much easier. And I'm trying not to let the pressure of more subscribers get to me either. But yeah, I just wanted to say that as an appreciation to you, so thank you so much. If you want to watch another video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, watch this video here, and I'll see you next time.